Welcome to this presentation on a revolutionary opportunity in renewable energy by the numbers. My name's Denny Faircloth, and not too long ago, having recently been married, my wife and I got pregnant, and we're looking forward to welcoming our first baby girl. And I was working a traditional sales job, and really got to thinking about, how I was going to provide for my family, prepare for retirement, prepare for, a college fund for my children, and do all these things without sacrificing my most important asset, which was my time. So when I was introduced to North American Power, I've put a lot of thought into really developing what I believe is the most efficient and effective way for you to make money with our company and build your business across the country and ultimately globally. Now, since there's no enrollment fee and there's no marketing fees for websites, really the only requirement is that you become a customer of one of our products and then refer other customers. So with that, I'd like to show you two short videos on the products that we offer and how exactly they work, and then I'll get into the numbers.
Energy choice. Not long ago, it didn't exist. Only one company supplied our electricity or natural gas. We had to buy their product. We had to pay their price. It was a monopoly. Now, thanks to new energy choice programs across the country, those monopolies are being broken up, making room for competition, leading to lower rates, new energy innovation, better products and services. Now, in many areas, you can actually choose the company that supplies your energy. Your local utility company will still maintain your wires, pipes, and poles. The way energy choice programs work, it makes no difference to them where your energy comes from. But it can make a big difference for you. For millions today, North American Power is simply the best choice. Let's start with natural gas. The product we offer is called clean gas, and we mean it. Of all fossil fuels, natural gas is already the cleanest because it produces relatively little pollution, mostly carbon dioxide. It's also highly abundant, especially here in the US, but our natural gas is even cleaner. That's because, as a company, we choose to purchase carbon credits that offset your monthly gas use. These credits offset CO2 emissions. That means they go to fund projects that actually take those greenhouse gases out of the air, by planting trees, for example. Compared to most other companies, our clean gas product is 25% cleaner. That is, 25% of the CO2 emissions have been removed from the environment. A better choice and our most affordable option. And if you want even better, you can choose 100% clean gas. For just a little more, 100% of the carbon emissions will be offset. All the greenhouse gases from your gas use offset. Clean natural gas can now be your choice with North American Power. For electricity, your choices are just as awesome. But with our product, called Green Electric, it's not carbon offsets that make it green. Instead, we actually drive the generation of clean energy from renewable sources. In this case, we buy what's called renewable energy credits, established by our government to make it easier for people to purchase renewable energy made right here in the USA. Which means when you choose Green Electric, our lowest cost option, 25% of your electricity is backed by renewable sources. Or you can choose 100% Green Electric and go completely green, still at an affordable rate. Your whole house backed by renewable energy. But we're not done offering you new energy choice. We have a third product anyone can choose in all 50 states. It's called American Wind. With American Wind, North American Power makes it possible for you to purchase those renewable energy credits on your own. Now, no matter where you live, you can choose American Wind and back your energy use with wind power, one of our nation's most abundant natural resources. You can lead the way to American independence from foreign fuel, and you can generate new American jobs that can't be outsourced, building a better future for us all. In fact, one of those new jobs could be your own. All our customers can also choose to start their own business with North American Power. Just refer others, and we pay you for sharing. Choose our greenest options, and we'll pay you double. All to give you a cleaner world and a greener wallet. There you have it. 3 new energy choices: Green Electric, Clean Gas, and American Wind. The best power to choose in all 50 states. For you, your family, our nation, and our world. Sign up today or talk with the friend who shared this video to find out more.
What are renewable energy certificates? Everyone would like to enjoy the benefits of clean, renewable power, but most people don't have the space to put a 200-foot tall wind turbine in their backyard. Renewable energy certificates from the New Energy Marketplace make it possible for you to enjoy the benefits of renewable energy without the hassle of owning your own equipment. How does it work? In order to understand how renewable energy certificates work, we need to examine how electricity arrives at your home. That process involves a set of transmission lines and electrical hardware known as the grid. Power plants produce electricity and place it on the grid. Homes and other buildings pull electricity off the grid. Unfortunately, once electricity enters the grid, it's impossible to distinguish renewable electricity from electricity produced from another source, like a coal-fired power plant, which is a problem because not all electricity is created equal. The reality is that the electricity produced by a renewable power source like a wind farm is not the same as electricity produced by a coal-fired power plant. Even if the electrons are indistinguishable, renewable energy is sustainable, domestically produced, and clean. No CO2, no acid rain, no heavy metals, and no particulate pollution. That means healthier people and healthier environments. That is what purchasing renewable electricity is all about. Enter the Renewable Energy Certificate. Renewable energy certificates act like a tracking system. Every time a renewable power producer creates a unit of energy, it also produces one renewable energy certificate. A renewable energy certificate is like a seal of approval that electricity was produced from a clean, renewable source, and it represents all the benefits of green power, like clean air and reduced pollution. Renewable energy certificates are sold separately from the electricity itself, and when you purchase them, you get to claim the environmental benefits, converting your standard electricity into renewable power. The result? Renewable energy certificates make it easy to convert your electricity to renewable power without all the hassle of installing solar panels on your roof. Better yet, your purchase directly supports renewable energy producers, since producers get a premium for selling their certificates, driving demand for alternatives to fossil fuels. The more you purchase, the cleaner the world gets for everyone.
Welcome back. Now that you've seen our products and know a little bit more about the Renewable Energy Certificate, American Wind, I want to review exactly how that works and make sure you have a firm understanding of the opportunity for renewable energy here at the U.S. You see, when a coal-fired plant, and this is going to be my example of a coal plant, produces electricity, it also produces pollution, so we call that brown. And then when a wind farm has wind go through, it's pollution-free and sustainable because it doesn't burn any fossil fuels. So the industry, they call that green, and I'm referring to electricity. That means that when, and we're going to call this little graph that I'm drawing, we're going to call this the grid. When a wind farm puts electricity on the grid and a coal plant puts electricity on the grid, it all mixes up inside of the grid, and there's no way to tell where it came from. So you also have homes, like this one, that pull electricity off the grid. And when they do, it is impossible to tell where it came from. So here's how this works. Let's say that this is Bob. And in some states that are deregulated, when Bob chooses an electricity provider, let's call it ABC Energy, they give him a choice of brown energy, and they may charge 8 cents a kilowatt for that, or green energy electricity, and they may charge 10 cents a kilowatt for that. I kind of compare it to gasoline at the gas pump, right? When you have the choice between 87 octane and 92 octane. So Bob, like most people, he chooses the brown because it's the cheap one. And when he chooses, I'm going to put that brown for 8 cents. So when he uses 1,000 kilowatts of electricity, his bill is about $80. Now we're going to call this homeowner Sue. Now Sue, she chooses green. So on the same 1,000 kilowatts, hers costs 10 cents, so she pays $100. Now, both of them use 1,000 kilowatts. The difference is Sue pays an additional $20. Now, does their TV work any different? Is the internet any faster for Sue? Do the lights, are they brighter? No. What does Sue really get for her $20? Well, Sue gets the emotional benefit of claiming that her electricity came from a wind farm and didn't have any pollution. But I want to ask you this question. Did Sue really get just wind energy? No, right? Because you can't really tell where it came from. That caused a problem. So many, many years ago, the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, they created what's called a REC, a Renewable Energy Certificate. Now, they said that when 1,000 kilowatts of electricity is put onto the grid by a sustainable producer, like a wind farm, it creates one renewable energy certificate. So here's what happens. Bob, when he pays his bill, he pays his bill. When Sue pays her bill to ABC Energy, they take this extra $20, they send a portion of it to the wind farm, they give them a renewable energy certificate, and on that certificate they assign it to Sue. Does Sue know that that just happened? No, she doesn't. She has no idea that that just happened because she never sees the certificate. All Sue does is pay her bill. But that is, in reality, what has happened. So, understanding that electricity is regulated and natural gas is regulated, so we could only sell those products in deregulated markets where we get a license, our company and our CEO, Carrie Breitbart, had the ingenious idea that the certificates, the renewable energy certificates, are not regulated. They can be sold in all 50 states. So here's you. You have an energy bill. You pay, let's call it Georgia Power if you're in Georgia, or Florida Power and Light if you're in Florida, or ComEd if you're in Illinois. And let's say you use 1,000 kilowatts and you pay 8 cents a kilowatt or $80 because you don't have the choice between brown and green electricity. But now you also purchase American Wind from North American Power for $19.50, ultimately raising your electric bill to $100. Now you're going to go, and I'm going to use Georgia and say you pay Georgia Power $80. You will send them the $80. You will send North American Power the $20. They will buy a REC and assign it to you. So that's the simple process. So really, it doesn't matter if you live in the footprint or not. Anywhere in the country, you can convert your standard electricity to green electricity with North American Power and build an energy business with renewable energy and ultimately build a financial opportunity for you and your family in all 50 states. So now that we know how American Wind and renewable energy certificates work, let me share with you how you can benefit financially from building a business with North American Power utilizing our renewable energy certificate, American Wind. But first, I want to draw a line, a distinction between what I consider customers and business builders. You see, North American Power doesn't distinguish between any of our customers. Anybody that picks a product has the opportunity to refer customers and make money. But as an independent rep in the field, I'm really looking for people to partner with, people that are committed to building a business and changing their lives financially. In my mind, a customer doesn't really have intentions of building a business, and a business partner or an entrepreneur is really who I'm looking for in order to partner up with and build a business. So with that, I compare what I call a customer to my mom. Now, I love my mom, but my mom wouldn't make the best business partner. You see, she wouldn't, if she owned a water aquifer in the desert and you were thirsting to death and tried to buy her water from her, she would try to talk you out of it. I mean, if she were a real estate agent, when she showed a home, she would point out the flaws instead of the features just to make sure you knew what you were getting yourself into. That's just my mom. Well, even under those circumstances, if I asked my mom to support my business and to become my customer, she would absolutely do that for me. But given the choice between the cheap gas, right, if I'm using the automobile example again, given the choice between our affordable, our most affordable product, the 25% renewable, or 100%, like most people, she's going to go with the more affordable option. When she makes that decision to support me and become my customer, we automatically give her the opportunity to refer customers. So on level one, I'm going to assume that if I ask my mom for some referrals, that she would introduce me maybe to some friends in the neighborhood or at work or even at church. And some people may refer me no one. Some may refer me 20 or 50 or 100 other customers or people. And then I just like to use the example that each of them only refer just 5 customers. So I've worked through my mom to get these 5 new customers. Now my conversation with them is going to be similar to the conversation I just had with my mother. And I'm going to work to get just 5 referrals from each of them, ultimately giving me 25 customers on level 2. Then I'm going to work with them and duplicating that same concept of 5 who give us 5 referrals. You have 125, 625, 3,125, and on level 6, we'll just go that far, we've got 15,625. That's a total customer base of 20,000 customers. Now on levels 1 through 5, that's approximately 4,000 customers. And we pay for the 25% renewable product 25 cents per customer per month, or $1,000 a month. Not bad, huh? Well, on level 6, we pay 50 cents. So that is $7,800 a month. So if you add the two together, you're looking at $8,800 a month, which, by the way, isn't bad, for someone who didn't, have an intention of building a business or making money. But the reality is, someone like my mom who doesn't make a commitment to building a customer base probably won't build a customer base of 20,000 customers. But I could, get a few referrals from each person, and maybe instead of 20,000, let's call it build my mom a customer base of just 200 customers. Well, at 25 cents, that's $50 per month. Now let me ask you this question. Do you think my mom's ever going to leave me to go to a competitor, since it's her son, and our product's 25% cleaner or greener, and she's, even if it were the same price, but she's going to lose, if they were offering her a discount to save 2 pennies per kilowatt or 10 cents a therm, is she going to switch and lose that $50? No. So this isn't only how we get customers, this is how we keep our customers. Now, you probably also noticed in our videos that the company pays double for our 100% renewable products. But there's a cost associated with that. Remember I used the example of the gas station? Well, just like premium gasoline costs more for your car, the premium energy from North American Power costs more. The 100% renewable is a slight premium over the 25%. So if you had a Honda Civic and you filled it up with premium gas, it might cost you an extra $5 or $10. If you drove a Suburban or a very large truck, that might cost you $50 or $100. So if you had a small apartment, there might be $10, $20, $30 a month, depending on the consumption. And if you had a big old house, maybe it's $50 or $100 a month. But let's just use the example that the premium energy is $20 or more. But guess what? With the double commissions, that means on level 1 through 5, if everyone were to choose to follow your lead, then on the same 4,000 customers, we pay 50 cents or $2,000 per month. And on level 6, on those 15,600 customers, we're going to pay you $1. So that's 15,600. If you add them up, that's $17,600 per month on the same size customer base. Now, would you be willing to pay an extra $20 or more per month to double your commissions or to make twice as much? Of course you would, right? But this may surprise you. I actually don't recommend that you do that. Here's why. For the same price, for the same $20 out of pocket, you can purchase our wind certificate, which is American Wind. That's $19.50 per month. Or we offer what's called a power pack, which is an 8-month subscription where you pay up front, and that's $149. Now, if you multiply $19.50 times 8 months, that's $156. So this is about $6 a month less. Now, although you save $6, that's not really the point. I'll get into the value of the power pack in a minute. But for now, let's just focus on the monthly subscription for $19.50. You see, when you purchase that, you then have 30 days to go out and on level 1 to get your first 5 customers. And when you do that, we're going to pay you $75. Not bad, right? $20 in, you make $75 in the first month. Now you're profitable. And just like you, what do you think these 5 people want? Well, they want $75. So we're going to work with them to go get 5 customers apiece. We're going to pay them $75 in fast start bonuses, but we're also going to pay you $3 each. So that is $15. And now, just like those 5 people, these 25 new customers, they're entrepreneurs like you and me, and they want to make money. So they've just spent $19.50. They're going to go out and in their first 30 days get 5 customers apiece. We're going to help them do that. That's how you get the customers on level 3. When we pay these 25 people $75, we're also going to pay you $3 or $75. Not bad. Well, if you continue with the same example we've been using, and we just extrapolate this example down 6 levels. That means on level 5, when these 3,125 customers all go out and get 5 customers each in their first month, we're going to pay them $75 each. We're going to pay you $3 for each one. That is about $9,000. Pretty good. If you were to help all of them, everyone in this group, get a $75 fast start bonus, you would earn about $60,000 in fast start bonuses yourself. Not too bad, right? Well, guess what? We also pay a customer acquisition bonus. We call it an ARC bonus. On these 20,000 customers at $2 a piece, you're looking at $40,000 in additional bonuses. So when you add the 2 up, you'll earn about $100,000 in upfront bonuses for the acquisition of this customer base, for building it. Now, the residual is exactly the same as the 100% energy products, which means on levels 1 through 5, you're making that same $2,000 a month. On level 6, you're making the same $15,600. So for these 20,000 customers, you're making $17,600 a month. But this isn't on energy bills. This is on renewable energy certificates that are available in all 50 states. They're not limited by geography. Now, if I could show you a way to not only increase your upfront customer acquisition bonuses, but also your residual bonuses, and save you a little bit of money out of pocket, would that be better? Of course it would. You remember our power pack, which is $149? Well, if you choose that over the monthly subscription, where you're saving $6 over the course of that 8 months. But now, instead of 30 days, you now have 60 days. And when you go out and you get these first 5 customers, instead of $75, we're going to pay you $200. Now, it gets even better. As these 5 customers, just like you, they go out Now they have 60 days to get 5 customers each. They each make 200. Instead of paying them 3 or paying you 3, we're going to pay you $20. So instead of making 15, you make 100. When we help these customers do the same thing, instead of 75, you make 500. And when we help these 3,125 customers all get 5 customers each, we pay them $200 apiece. You, instead of 3, we pay 20. So instead of 9,000, you make $60,000 right there. That means if you help all of them make $200 apiece, instead of $60,000, we're going to pay you $390,000. But it doesn't stop there. This customer acquisition bonus on these 20,000 customers, instead of 2, we're going to pay you 4. So instead of 40, we're going to pay you 80. So that means when you add them together, instead of 100, it's $470,000 in upfront bonuses for building an organization or a consumer base of 20,000 Power Pack customers. And again, this is available in all 50 states, but it gets even better. You see, these 80,000, these customers, that pays you 80,000 every 8 months. Well, 80,000 divided by 8 is what? That's approximately $10,000 a month. So when you add that to your $17,000 residual, that gives you a $27,000 a month residual on the same 20,000 customers. So you can choose to build your business with the cheap energy, which will pay you $8,000 on that example. The double commissions for 100% renewable energy customers, which will pay you $17,000 in that example. The monthly American Win, which would also net you $100,000 in upfront bonuses and $17,000 a month. Or you can choose to support the Power Pack, and on the same 20,000 customers, in the same out-of-pocket, actually $6 less over the course of 8 months, generate nearly $500,000 in upfront bonuses and raise your residual to $27,000 a month. And as if that weren't enough, that entire Power Pack program is on the American Win certificates. Do you think that regardless of whether you live in Georgia, Florida, Texas, Illinois, New York, Kansas, in the footprint or outside of the footprint, that all 20,000 of these customers, these entrepreneurs, are going to live in the same town that you do? Of course they're not, right? Because everyone knows someone who lives in a different city or in a different state. So some of these people will inevitably live within the footprint. So my next question is, how many of them do you think live in our energy footprint? You can use whatever example you want, but out of 20,000 customers, what if it was just half or 10,000? Well, that's an additional, let's just call it $5,000 a month. So you're really looking at $32,000 a month for the same consumer base. So I highly recommend that if it's at all possible or makes sense for you, that you support the Power Pack, because it's available everywhere. It's the most lucrative opportunity we have to offer, and it gives you access into footprint and non-footprint states. But I will say this. If you'd like, download our compensation plan from the website so you can get all of the details, but more importantly, get with the person who invited you to this video, pick one of the products so that you can get your business started, and then plug into our system so that we can help you build a business and make some money.